life-threatening disease, has battled through multiple operations. As brightened as his dreams are fulfilled, his story now a movie, Supercar Saints, is about a young teen who gets to revel in the world of supercars and WWE wrestling. Along the way, Steven meets his idol John Cena, whom Steven says gave him the power to confront and survive his health challenges. Also, movie director James Hergott, filmmaker, writer, director, and producer. He's also directed and produced the MMA reality show MMA Worldwide, which was awarded a Gray Wolf Medal by the U.S. Army for his contribution to sharing valuable and engaging content. James has interviewed some of the world's most elusive and influential figures. His latest project about the supercars community, entitled Supercars Saints, was just released on Amazon Prime and is in consideration for an Academy Award for Best Feature Documentary. Gentlemen, thanks for being here today. Such a pleasure. Got to pinch myself. This is actually happening. Stephen, James, thank you guys for being here today.
It's just a dream. It's a dream. It's a dream for us to be here.
Awesome, man. Stephen, tell us about yourself, right? One in a million disease affected you in this kind of way at the age of 5, right in 2017. Tell us about that.
Well, at first I started at 5 years old, and I was diagnosed with a rare condition called Chiari malformation. It's basically a malformation of the skull, which instead of my brain growing out like word, it grew into my spine, which caused me to have a syrinx, and I have chronic regional pain syndrome. And because my brain was in my spine, when the doctors found it, they said I'm a one in a million because I should have been one of three things: had a massive stroke, paralyzed, or the worst one, dead.
Wow.
So, obviously, as a 5 year old, that scared me like to death.
Right.
And we were trying, and this all started without my brain. It started with my shoulder because I had pains that were just super painful. And I went to the 15 doctors, and they all said, "There's nothing wrong with you. You're crazy." Like, not to me, to my mom. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And basically, we went to Sick Kids Hospital, and they did a MRI and stuff, and they're like to my mom, "There's nothing wrong with your shoulder, with his shoulder." And my mom was like, "Oh, great." And then they're like, "It's his brain." And then the next week, I was rushed into emergency brain surgery.
Wow. Crazy. Your mom, did she know something was wrong, by the way? She knew something was wrong, right?
Oh yeah, she as soon as because I used to be waking up in the middle of the night scratching my shoulder raw from how painful it was,
Right.
and it's like something's wrong with him. If he's doing this,
Yeah.
waking up from his sleep and doing
Yeah.
that, something's wrong. And she took me to like 15 doctors till she found an answer.
How are you feeling today, by the way? How are you feeling? How are you shaping up?
Well, I'm feeling good, but I'm never really gonna be fully fine because my condition's incurable. The brain surgery's just kind of like stopped the intensity of it and
Right.
stopped it from killing me.
Yeah.
And I can't feel my full arm. This arm I can't feel because my nerves died after my first brain surgery.
Wow.
Um, and then I also live with Chiari malform chronic regional pain syndrome. It's a pain where like a prick could feel 10 times worse for me than it does for someone else.
Right. It's just unbelievable. But here you are, man. Like you're 14 years old now, 2025, and thankfully you're here, man. We appreciate you being here, and that's your fight and your struggles is just amazing to see. Um, Thoughts on the movie Supercar Saints, right? Did you cry while watching the movie? You saw the movie, right? Did you cry? How many times did you cry?
I think I cried like 2 or 3 times. It's a very emotional ride from the beginning to end. The beginning's a little more intense, and then it gets emotional right in around the middle, and it's like a very emotional roller coaster. You're going up and down, and you don't know what to think, and you begin to love characters in the movie, and it was fun filming, and it was fun watching. I loved watching.
Yeah. Your idol, John Cena, what has he meant to you? He saved your life. Tell us about that.
Oh my god, he means the world to me. Like John Cena is my idol because when I had my first brain surgery, I didn't expect anything to come from it. Just a brain surgery, that's it. Because I'm only 5 years old. But then the doctor comes in like a week or two after your recovery, because obviously brain surgery is gonna be like I'm not gonna be listening to nothing. I'm gonna be sleeping most of the time, whatever. And then the doctor comes in and he's like, "I'll come in with bad news." And he told me I'm basically not allowed to be a kid. No roller coasters, trampolines, bouncy castles, etc.
Wow.
Which a 5 year old gets crushed by that. Like I
Yeah.
was crushed. I didn't want to get out of bed. I want to give up on life. I want to just be a miserable, depressed person. And then I was watching YouTube and I saw John Cena. He said, "Never give up," and then that inspired me to keep going. And I kept going, and I started watching wrestling, and I fell in a deep inside me love for it. And now I thank that because now I have a family from the wrestling family, a family from the supercar family. I have so many families of people that can be on my side and with me
Right.
when I need them.
Sure. John Cena, big fan. You're a big fan as well. December 13th, Saturday night's main event versus Gunther. Are you going to be in the house, ringside? Tell us about that. Who wins? Where do you see this match ending up?
See, I wish I was in the house, but I'm gonna be watching it online because it's not in Toronto; it's in Washington.
Right.
But I'm gonna be watching it for sure. And I personally think that, see, I want John Cena to win, but knowing the person that John Cena is and the good person he is,
Right.
I personally think he's gonna give it up to Gunther so he can push Gunther up.
Yeah.
Even though that's not who I wanted to be his final opponent, I'm gonna have to just
Throw it out
see
there.
if it was my final opponent, Edge
Okay.
or Adam Copeland, as people
Yep.
know him right now. It was Adam Copeland. I think John Cena might win, and Edge would throw up his hand. But that's who I want, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, on Friday Night SmackDown that Gunther gets attacked. Not in real life, obviously. Yeah,
Will
that's
work.
a little
Okay.
more.
All right.
I hope he gets attacked, and then it's Edge. He goes an open challenge, and he goes, "You want some? Come get some." And then you hear, "You think you know me?"
Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
that'd be so. Oh, my dream, dream.
That'd be awesome. Were you happy, sad when Cena turned heel? That was a long time coming, right?
For once in my life, I was speechless.
Yeah.
I was speechless. Not one peep out of my mouth. The whole night, James was like, "Oh, but he's gonna turn face again. It's okay." And
Yeah.
I was like, because that was the night I met him. I met
Right.
him on that night, earlier that
Oh,
day.
oh my gosh.
I was crushed. I wouldn't
Wow.
speak for like 3 days.
Wow. Amazing.
Ah, it was
So
it
he was
was
this good. He was this good guy in real life, and then he all of a sudden hours later he flipped. You're like, what's going on here? No
so
idea.
like I'm in the stadium and everybody's standing, so I have to stand on my chair to watch, and I'm watching
Right.
as The Rock comes out, and The Rock saying, "Oh, take my final deal to sell your soul,"
Right.
blah blah blah, blah. And I'm like recording with my phone because it's a once in a lifetime,
Right.
and I see John Cena do his little,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No, don't do it, don't do it." I was like this. I was like
Yeah. Yeah.
for 5 minutes. I was like that.
Shocked. Yeah. Unbelievable. Hey, what's your favorite holiday and why? By the way, what's your favorite
Oh,
holiday?
my favorite holiday is Christmas.
Okay.
I had my
Okay.
Christmas tree up in the middle of November.
Right. Awesome.
Soon
Already
Hell,
November.
as soon as Halloween passes, Christmas tree goes up. Christmas is my favorite holiday because it's a magical spirit.
Yeah.
It's and it's amazing, and I love the how happy everybody gets on Christmas Day and on
Right.
Christmas Eve. It's like just a magical night, magical day.
Sure. Hey, give me a quick promo. I know you're good at these things, right? Give me a quick promo about selling this movie, Supercar Saints.
You should watch Supercar Saints because if you don't, look into the eyes and tell me you're not gonna. Because if you don't, I will find you. I will make some popcorn and I'll watch it with you. I'll make you watch it. Understand? Watch it because you got to see this face.
There
See
you
ya.
go. He's James Hergott, filmmaker, writer, director, and producer. Thoughts on meeting Steven, James, for the first time? What was that like?
Probably similar to you meeting him here today.
Yeah.
Lots of energy, very charismatic, mature for his age.
Stop!
So
You're
it was,
making me blush.
it was somebody I definitely wanted to run with in terms of adding him to the project because he just kind of stood out. I mean, there was like 20 kids that came as part of this charity thing.
Right.
And Steven's just kind of like a fire. Like you just immediately are attracted to him.
Right.
And he was very good on camera. There's a lot of people where they might have something interesting to say or whatever, but then you put a camera in front of their face and they're like,
Yeah.
and he just because of his YouTube experience and promo experience and everything else, he is actually more natural than most adults, just in terms of he just says what's in his mind. So it was an easy choice to add him to the project.
Sure. Supercar Saints, the movie. Where was it filmed, by the way?
Mostly in the Toronto area, kind of centered around this Flat Six Club, which is this high-end car club where you have to have a minimum of 50 million net worth, and it's all these guys that have these $1 million and $500,000 cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, things like that, Porsches. And there was some filming that we did in California where Steven meets Daniel Cormier, and which is kind of a surprise thing, but I guess people will kind of picture that from the trailer anyway. But other than that, it was mostly filmed around Toronto.
Steven, what was that like meeting Daniel Cormier? How big was tough guy is he? Were you scared, a little intimidated a little bit?
No, he was like, see, in the ring, he's an animal, a beast.
Yeah.
But in real life, oh my God, he was like one of the nicest people I've ever met. He was so awesome. He taught me a couple things. I can't really wrestle. He just was like talking to me, telling me how he trains them and how everything like that happens. And he had a kid that was in like 6th grade while I was in 7th, and he's like towering over me, like, you are not in 6th grade. You're in like the 9th grade. Stop lying to me. Stop. And it was just wow. It was a very nice moment. And he's such a nice guy, and he's so kind-hearted.
That's awesome.
Oh, he actually, when we met him, he called up some WWE wrestlers that he was friends with, and I'm like sitting there like
mesmerized. Yeah.
How? And then I called my dad, and I have a friend. I said I have a friend who wants to meet you. He's a huge Cormier fan.
That's awesome.
And Daniel Cormier just like talked to him for like 5 minutes, and it was amazing. It was an amazing moment. He was awesome.
James, filming, how long did it take? You guys working on this project? How long did it take? A year, 2 years? How long did it take?
Well, I've been working on it for 3 or 4 years, because
Wow.
even before Steven got involved, I started filming the supercar owners and stuff like that. And then when you're doing a documentary, you don't exactly know where the story's going. And I hadn't even met Steven when I started the project. Originally, I was just filming these supercar owners. Then at the event, we meet Steven, and then his story kind of starts merging with the supercar owners.
Yeah.
And then, we wanted to add in this big payoff where he actually gets to meet John Cena. And of course, that was this last March. So, and then we still were filming some stuff as early as this past summer. So just to fill in some of the missing pieces of the puzzle. But so it was a long journey, but it was complicated, but worth it.
Yeah, sure. Where does your passion comes from making movies, James? How challenging can it be at times?
Well, my passion, like when I was in high school, I got a video camera for a Christmas when I was like 13, and I was always creative and loved movies. So I would go and I'd start filming the kids in the neighborhood, and I do things like I didn't have editing, but like I'm old now. I'm 49, so this is like the 90s, right? I would film a guy with a stick of dynamite, and he'd throw it, and then I'd use the VCR to put an explosion in to show like you know what I mean, and like doing all this stuff. So it was a passion early on. And then what was the other part? You asked about the difficulty of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's challenging. You have to deal with real people, and when you deal with documentary, you have to deal with real emotions. And I would say the hardest part of it is that the stuff that's probably the things that you want to show the most is what people don't want to show. So, for example, Steven, after the whole Elimination Chamber thing happened and John Cena turned heel, he was kind of like pouting, and he's like, he doesn't want to talk. You know what I mean? So
real emotion. Yeah.
So it's hard in those moments to convince people that you're not being exploitive, that you're doing your job, that you're trying to show what's really happening. But unfortunately, it's very hard for people when they're in an emotional state to see that. They see it as like, well, I don't want to talk right now. And like, usually that's the best stuff, right? Because that's one of the first questions you asked, right? So and I've done projects with fighters where the fighter loses, and you want to get that raw emotion of how they feel, and that's like the last time they want to, they
Talk
just
to
lost
anybody.
the fight in front of the world. They don't want to talk.
Yeah.
So it's a challenging thing, but it's very rewarding because those same moments is what the audience connects with. So, for example, in the past, I had a fighter where he lost, and I forced that we followed him to the hospital, and he essentially retired in the hospital. And as he's like talking about it or whatever, he didn't want that in the film. He's like, "Don't put this in the film." And then when we had the premiere and all the other fighters were there,
Yeah.
they were like, "That scene was amazing. I feel you. Like that's how I felt." And they
Right.
and then he said afterwards, "I did the right thing putting it in." But when you're in the middle of the journey, basically people hate you because they're wanting to, they're even worried if they look fat that day. They're worried about everything.
Everything. Yeah.
And you can't think that way. You can't think about their individual interests in it. I mean, there's a clip of my daughter in the movie, and she's like, "I don't like my hair in the scene. Can you cut me out?" It's like, no. Like,
Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. The process of choosing like writers, cinematographers, editors, how hard is that choice?
it's hard because you go through a lot of people, sometimes unless you've worked with them before, you don't know what the experience is going to be. And, I think these days, like, people are more and more lazy. It's like it's hard to find good people and stuff
Yeah.
to really get behind things. And you have people that come and go, but it's like I've been here throughout. Like, there's so many times on this project individually where I could have given up the project and be like, "Oh man, this is too much of a hassle." But
Yeah.
I kind of followed Stevens and John Cena's mantra about never giving up, right? And I'm
Right.
like, this kid didn't give up in the hospital. I'm not going to give up on this project. I mean,
Right.
I had people that were behind the scenes that gave up because, like, so there's this one kind of crazy guy in the movie, Surge, and he so he would turn his cars on inside and race them around the inside. And then, like, I had a guy that was a cameraman, and he's like, this is a unsafe environment because of the exhaust fumes and stuff. So he walked out on me. Like, so on the one hand, you have these interesting characters, but then
Yeah.
people in real life are turned off by them. And over and over again, I just had to be like, okay, I'm just going to keep going. I got to find somebody else to do this. And, so it's always a challenge and stuff like that. But I would say this is the most challenging film that I've ever done. And it's also the most rewarding. So I'm kind of glad that I stuck it out.
Those drivers, these guys with these fast cars, good guys, bad guys. Steven, your thoughts
Um,
on them?
before I answer this, let me just point out the fact that when he said something about never give up, he said my name first. That's all
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he did.
point out. That's all I'm gonna point out. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks for flattering me, James. But these guys in the movie that they're bad people in the movie, and then they become great, amazing characters that you end up loving, and they're just like I've loved them when they're bad, when they're good, because like I know who they like deep down with what they're hiding. I know what
Right.
they're hiding, and
Right.
that's the fact that I love them. I've always have loved them since
Yeah.
I first met them, and that's the way I think about it. That they're hiding something deep down.
Yeah. James, for you, was it hard working with these guys? I mean, these guys are $50 million plus guys, right? A lot of ego, attitude. I mean, one guy crashed his car like so many times, right? It's like unbelievable.
Yeah, no, so the two hardest things with it is that so in retrospect, they probably would like the project all about them. But
Right.
the thing is that the Steven kind of balances out the whole story and is kind of the heart of the story. Even though there's like a twist ending that kind of reveals that there's more to these guys than you might expect. And that's really kind of the magic of the film. And then the other thing is like that one character, Prav, that you're talking about, he crashes his cars all these times.
Yeah.
He's got like an Instagram account where he's wearing like a Versace robe to go get coffee at Starbucks. Like he's kind of an outlandish person in his day-to-day life.
Right.
And then there's this revelation at the end that makes him a very sympathetic character. And I think that was the part that he didn't want shown. because he's so much, used to showing kind of the bravado that was a different side of him.
Right.
And again, as a director, I knew that people would love that he had this other side to him and that it was important to show that. But even on the day that we were going to film that, he wasn't feeling well and he didn't really want to. But I actually think that he didn't really want to show that side of him, and I was really committed to following through. So you just like I had to with the fighter going to the hospital is kind of like, no, this is the real thing. So I have to trust my instincts that I know best as a filmmaker, and I can't listen to the individuals in it. But everybody, for the most part, I think has good in them, and I think all the people that are good have some bad in them. And that was the interesting thing about the movie, because John Cena throughout the movie looks like this kind of perfect guy,
Yeah.
following that helps Steven, and then even he turns bad in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
different sides to everybody, and that's part of the story.
A behind the scenes moment from the film that the audience will never know. Something they will never know.
Everybody has a bad side to them. That's good, but not me, right, James? Not me, right? 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 You know it's not
Forever
me,
a face.
right?
Forever a face.
Me? Nah. No. Forever a face.
What say you,
Oh,
James? A
man.
behind the scenes
You know
moment.
what?
Yeah.
Ask another question to Steven and let me think about that one.
Okay. All right. Steven, John Cena, has he seen the movie yet? We talked about it off air. He's got to go see the movie, right? You got to make a pitch to him, right? At some point, right?
Trust me. I've got my reaches. I'm gonna just reach yank, and I'm gonna say, John Cena, the movie turned out really, 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 really nice. I think you might want to watch it.
Okay.
It's really, really good. I got to find someone that will tell him. I have someone in mind, but I'm not gonna name. It's secret.
These cars are amazing, James. How do you approach designing? I mean, memorable shots, sequences, so much movement. How do you get everything in one shot? How difficult is that?
I had to use a lot of different cameras, using aerial shots and different things like that. But luckily, this is something where I knew that it was kind of this candy coated exterior, and I wanted to show all of those in a very visually exciting way.
Right.
But then I knew that there would be this heart to it. So it's two different sides of it. So whenever I had the cars, I knew I really kind of wanted to show that. And it's interesting because the cars are so cold in the sense that they're, metal and they're physical things.
Yeah.
But then we have the humans in it that, there's a warmth to it. So the kind of the dichotomy of showing both of those things was very interesting. So, it was something that was fun to do and everything, and to draw people in. And people's attention spans are so short these days that you have to have a hook. I mean, if I didn't have John Cena in this, if I didn't have the fast cars, it's hard to get people to sit down to watch a movie as it is these days.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine if it didn't have all those things. So I'm glad that I have some of that kind of just emotionally exciting and visually stimulating scenes to kind of maybe get people in the door to see all these cool cars, but then have a more of a story that sort of creeps up on you throughout it, that is there, that has what I feel is something important to share.
Sure. This movie, I'm sure, tons of tears. I know Steven. Was it planned, James, by the way, Steven? A lot of tears. How do you get actors to tap into that emotional state, James?
Well, when you make a movie, you don't know what's going to connect with audiences. Like, there's scenes in this movie that I thought, oh, that's what people are going to talk about and bring up.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of surprised at the things that people bring up. So there's a scene at Daniel Cormier's gym where Steven's mom, Crystal, breaks down, and Daniel's kind of comforting her. And almost everybody that sees the movie, that's one of the things that they bring up. So that resonates with the audience. Obviously you can't plan for that. That was something where she was crying because she didn't know with Steven if he would ever see that day, if he would ever see a day, because Daniel brings him out, puts him in like the wrestling uniform, and has him take a picture with the entire, and welcomes him to the entire, into his gym, and gets him to do some stuff with his guys and everything. And because Steven's such a fan of wrestling, now this is obviously more like your amateur wrestling,
Right.
even the fact that he got to experience that, it kind of connected with her. But then it's interesting to see how that resonates with people, because then people will say, I think that all the stress and everything of Steven and the anxiety of what's going to happen with him and everything, that it all came out in that moment. So
Right.
people sort of like have their own interpretation of what's going on. And that's one of the magic things about creating art, is that you have what you're trying to show to the audience, but people will have something that speaks to them. And there's a lot of moms actually that really like this movie. I thought it would be all men because of the testosterone of fighters and wrestling
Cars,
and
yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
But a lot of women really like the story, and that's like a scene where they're like, yeah, I can relate to that mother in that scene. So
That's awesome. Stephen, what say you? How hard was it to tap into that emotional state for you? Acting versus not acting. Was it hard?
See, the crying aspect, I could cry on command, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna do that right now because my nose is a little stuffy because I have nose issues. But anyway, and plus if my dogs see me crying, they're gonna come try to comfort. But anyway, it was a little harder to tap into acting and then go back into real, and it was a little harder. But most of it was real emotion. It's raw. It's like raw footage.
Yeah.
What you're seeing is what happened.
Right. Yeah,
It's not
sure.
really we didn't really go off of a script. It was raw emotion,
Yeah. Can't script that.
and it was like a little easier because it was more so raw. But the acting parts that we did do,
Yeah.
it's harder because it's my first project. But I think it turned out really nice, and yeah, I think I liked that. I liked the way it turned out.
James, what will viewers take away from this movie?
well, I'm going to answer your question,
Yeah.
the one from way back. So
Oh
two
yeah,
things,
behind the scenes.
that audiences wouldn't have seen. One is probably the thousands of emails that I had to send out to even get the John Cena thing to happen. I mean, it was like
Wow.
a year-long process to make that happen,
Yeah.
starting with trying to get him to be the narrator of the movie and dealing with agents and things like that.
Yeah.
And then ultimately dealing with the WWE. Paul Heyman helped out with it, and then connecting directly with the WWE, and then Make a Wish. And there's so much, I guess, paperwork and different people that you have to deal with to make something like that happen.
Right.
And then yeah.
That's awesome, man. 4 years plus all of that, jumping through hoops, right? But it was all
Uh,
worth it.
Another thing behind the scenes,
Yeah.
we were on the racetrack day, and that was my favorite day of filming by far. And the guy that owns the racetrack had a fast car, It's
Right.
like, you guys want to go take rounds? I think it was a Porsche 911. You guys want to take rounds? And we hopped in, and I'm a daredevil, so I did like 8 rides all in total at nonstop because my family all wanted to go in, but there was an extra seat. So you know me, I had to just squeeze in, and we were like, even with the seatbelt fully on, tight,
Yeah.
your butt was not on that seat. When he turned, your butt was not on that seat.
You're like-
That's it. Yeah,
All
and
over the place. Yeah.
so after the 8th time I was on that nonstop, I went straight to a garbage can. No vomit, thankfully.
Okay.
But yeah, and it's like, and then I'm like sitting over the garbage can, I'm like, and James is like, oh, is someone getting this? Is someone getting this? I'm like,
That's a filmmaker in him, He's got to get the shot.
Yeah, yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think you asked me a question, and then I answered your previous
Oh,
question. What was
yeah.
your other
Yeah, the
question?
viewers, what are they going to take away from the movie, you think?
I hope that they take away that no matter how much money you have, that you're still human, and that everybody dies, and that there's health issues that affect everybody, and that universally connects all of us, and that even though Steven and his family kind of are struggling financially because the medical thing takes a big cost, and
Sure.
his parents have had to take time off work and all of these things, and then you have some of these extravagant kind of supercar owners that can spend all this money on cars. They're still connected by the fragility of life and what can happen, and You could be, Bill Gates. You could be the richest guy in the world, and if you get cancer, you get whatever affliction, you could die just as quick as anybody.
Sure.
What was the guy from Apple, Steve Jobs?
Steve Jobs, yeah.
He had billions of dollars, and he's no longer with us, right?
Yeah.
So it's that human experience kind of connects all of us.
Sure. What's next for you, James? Any projects you coming up? An actor you would like to work with?
Hopefully
Fill in the
something with
blanks.
me. Hopefully
Well, of
something with me.
course,
I
of
think
course.
he wants me back because I'm like his favorite. Like I'm his favorite. Right, James? Right. Am I the only one thinking this?
I would love to work with Steven again. Right now, so starting today, the Academy Awards are voting on the
Yeah.
movie and the other movies to select the official nominees.
Right.
So I have a unique window of time to really promote the movie. So I have my eye on the ball, and of course, it's not just that, but I mean, even like you said, John Cena this weekend is retiring. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things going on. So I need to, as an artist, it's easy to jump from thing to thing.
Right.
And I think I've learned from experience that when you have something going on, to stick with what you're doing and follow through with the promotion and doing things like this and interviews and getting the word out. And then I can move on to the next thing. But right now, even though the movie's done, the work on this movie is not done, because now the next battle is getting people to see it, getting people to appreciate it, and hopefully that opens more doors.
Sure. Steven, you have like a winning speech prepared. How about James? A winning speech prepared? How is this going to be like?
I would
Well,
like to thank my mom. I would like to thank my mom.
My winning speech is going to be
Yeah.
tied in with your other question, because I'm going to say The Rock, you should have worked with me. He did an MMA project, right? So if he
Yeah.
doesn't get an Academy Award, I get Academy Award for this. I'll be like, call me.
I'm like, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, everybody's
Yeah.
followed me, and Michael C. Hall called me. I wanna do something, Michael C. Hall. Cause I'm a huge Dexter fan,
Okay.
huge Dexter
Dexter.
fan. So I'm gonna be like, Michael C. Hall, call me.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. We look
James,
kind of look
what's your
alike.
what's your favorite holiday, by the way, James? Christmas as well?
I guess Christmas. I mean, I love Halloween too.
Okay.
My daughter's 11, and
That's just because he doesn't want to spend money on the gifts. So we all know it.
There you go. Everyone loves
both of
Christmas.
those are a magical time of year. But my daughter and I went around for Halloween this year, and she dressed as Rhea Ripley, actually, and I dressed as Terrifier, and that's kind of a fun thing where we can both be creative and have fun. So
I love Halloween, and this year it was fun, but there wasn't really anybody out because of the Blue Jays game and the World Series and everything, because it was set on Halloween, so there wasn't no trick-or-treaters. There was not really any people to knock on doors and anything. It was kind of dead. It was a dead city this year, in
Okay.
Toronto at least. But, yeah, and I went as Dexter Morgan.
Oh, there you go. Dexter
My
Morgan.
whole family actually went as the Dexter cast.
Oh, that's interesting. James, I know you work out, big buff, right? You work out. What are you lifting these days? What's the art to like weightlifting?
well, when you're 49, the art is trying not to hurt yourself. So I've been working out since I was 16, and then
Yeah.
in my 30s, I did some bodybuilding competitions and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I have, I guess like I do different things. Like in my dumbbells, I press like 90 pounds or whatever. Like, so I could press pretty good weights, but right now, at this stage of my life, it's easier for me to get injured. So I try to do more reps and try to be smart about it. So I'm not doing any crazy squats or anything like that at this point in my life. But
Okay.
I enjoy trying to be safe and pushing things as much as it can so I can maintain myself.
There you go. You guys are both Canadian. Steven, favorite Canadian dish for the holidays or in general? Then I'll go to James.
Oh, that's hard. That's really hard. Well, I'm Canadian, and I love when someone, because there's some poutines that I don't really like. That's because it depends on how you make the cheese curd.
Okay.
To be honest, for me,
All about the cheese.
I
Okay.
tried poutine for the first time on my graduating year, grade
Right.
8 last year, and I liked it. I just thought the cheese curds were okay. Like
Right.
I need a certain specific cheese curd, and when that's good, I can eat that. I like that.
There you go. What say you, James? What's your favorite Canadian dish?
Well, I don't know that we're known for our dishes, but there's a restaurant up here called Harvey's that's Canadian. That's a really good hamburger. So I recommend
Okay.
that
Oh,
if you come to
if
Canada.
I find that was on the menu, I love their buffalo stuff. Oh my god, that's just chef's kiss.
Hey, James, any plugs for today's show about the movie and how they can follow you? And I'll go to Steven.
Yeah, you got to go check out the movie on Amazon Prime. For some reason you don't have that, we're also on Apple TV and supercarsaints.com. And there's Instagram that is at supercarsaints. Come check it out. Come follow us. If you like the movie, give a positive review on IMDb. It really helps with the Oscar efforts, and it helps all around with us just getting the word out.
Sure. Plugs, Steven, you want to plug anything in there? How people can follow you?
Well, you obviously want to follow me because you know you love me, right? I can hear you through the screen. Don't worry.
Of course,
You
of
love
course.
me. But you can follow me at Steven's Wrestling Journey on YouTube, Instagram, and on TikTok. I'm Crystal Spice because I kept getting banned because people kept reporting me because of my age. But now I'm okay because I'm 14. But so you can follow me on those accounts on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and go watch the movie because you know you love the smile. You know you love this face. You know you love my voice.
Of course. I'd love to have you guys back on, man, whatever you guys do. Hey, this was a lot of fun, guys, Steven and James. A lot of fun. Go check out the movie Supercar Saints. Wish you guys a ton of success. Whatever you guys do going forward, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that fun stuff.
You too.
He's James, Steven. I'm Kenford. Thanks for listening to the show today.
And-
Mic'd up.
Last thing, I always say this every time I end any podcast. Don't give up ever and be yourself because no one else can be you.
I love it, man. James, any words of encouragement for today?
By the way, great questions.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man.
Just mirroring what Steven says, persevere. If you're working on something and the going gets tough, it's worth it to push through and see it through as hard as it is.
Go see the movie Supercar Saints out now. Amazon
Go
Prime.
watch it.
Go watch
For
it,
me.
please.
Now.
For
Go.
Steven, for James,
waiting
for
for?
everybody, for John Cena. Everybody,
What are you waiting
go
for?
see the
Go.
movie. What are you waiting for?
Go.
Go see it. We are out, guys. Thanks for listening.
Awesome.